What's up, YouTube? You're Inside the Edge, and I'm back with another video, and I'm excited about this video. You know, we're talking football today, guys. With all that being said, guys, I mean, thank you guys for all the support. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more content with football, basketball. I'm going to be posting up a lot of boxing highlights as well. So I'm going to be pretty active on my channel, but today I definitely wanted to talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. I know that's like a team that a lot of people are kind of like, what's going on with that AFC North? And as of right now, the Ravens, they're 8-5. They're on top of the division, but I was very impressed with the Bengals, and I definitely want to, shed some light on Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase, this guy is incredible. He's already has over 1,000 yards receiving, and he's a rookie. I mean, this guy's putting up big numbers, setting up records. This team is as of right now, like I said, they're 7-6. Obviously, that's not a good record, but in that division, I think everyone is kind of like struggling. I believe the Browns and the Steelers. Well, the Browns are 6-7, and no, I'm sorry. The Browns are 7-6. Bengals are 7-6, and then the Steelers are 6-6. So I mean, it's looking like it's gonna be a toss-up in this division. I know with the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, I don't know how healthy he's gonna be, but I definitely think it's gonna be a toss-up in that division. But with that being said, guys, man, Joe Burrow, I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing from him, and just that second half of that game offensively, just looking at how Joe Burrow was just throwing dimes to Tyler Boyd, to Chase, to their tight end. This team is very, very explosive. Joe Burrow, usually when injuries happen, some players, they come back better. One thing I can say about Joe Burrow is that, him coming back off of his injury, I believe he tore his ACL. I don't know which knee it was, but I believe he tore his ACL and he was done for the season. But most quarterbacks, they do a lot of film studying and they come back with more poise. And I think that's what we're seeing out of a lot of these young quarterbacks, a lot of quarterbacks, these young quarterbacks, we're starting to see how much poise, and that's what it takes to really be a quarterback, knowing your players, knowing your receivers. And, like I said, Joe Burrow, he's really connecting with, this Chase guy, man. I mean, over 1,000 yards as a rookie is pretty incredible. I'm also liking what he's doing with his tight end. I'm probably going to say his name wrong. He has like a weird last name, CJ Uzma. Might have said his name wrong, but number 87, he's putting up really big numbers. He has already this season, he has 37 receptions for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. And I think Joe Burrow, he's going to just continue to just build this confidence. It's almost like what we're seeing with Mac Jones in New England. We're starting to see how Mac Jones is connecting a lot with Henry, and we're starting to see those red zone touchdowns. And, this Bengals team has a lot of explosiveness. And like I said, this is a team that's been a sleeper, but, I'm really kind of, this team could, pull it out in that division. Like I said, I know it's pretty tight, but, I definitely like what I'm seeing from Joe Burrow. This guy, he has the talent. He has everything you want in a quarterback. He got it. This guy is, I believe he's like 6'5", he's tall, he can see over the line, strong arm, and, he's having a pretty productive season. Even with him, he's completing about 68% of his passes. Just looking at what he's done, as far as yards, he's thrown for 3,463 yards. He already has 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Obviously the interceptions could, be a little bit down, but, he has 25 touchdowns and he's on pace to go for maybe even 35. Just looking at, all the targets and how he's just targeting this offense. But overall, I mean, this defense is ranked 14th in defense. So with a 14th ranked defense, that's not too bad. So it's not too shabby. So, one thing about this Bengals team is, over the next couple of weeks, we might see them turn up. And, there's just a lot of guys to cover on this team. Joe Mixon, that's another guy I have in my fantasy, and he's there. He's always going to be productive. So even in the backfield, Burrow, he's going to have some help. And another guy I didn't even mention was T. Higgins. He has 3 straight games with over 100 yards, and he had an unbelievable catch against the Steelers, man. I believe it was like a 50-yard pass, and he just leaped over, the DB from the Steelers. I don't even know his name. He just leaped over him and grabbed that touchdown, and I was like, whoa, Joe Burrow, he's a guy that's not afraid to sling it. He just has so much confidence in his receivers, and they're just going to keep putting up numbers. But, Tyler Boyd, he's always been there. He's somewhat of a veteran wide receiver. He's a good route runner. So he has the pieces to win, and I'm really rooting for the Bengals to win this win this division. I like the Ravens, but it's time for a new team to come up. For the longest time, the Steelers, they've been running through the Bengals for so long. I mean, I believe Big Ben has over 25 victories over this team throughout his whole career, maybe even more wins. I mean, he's dominated the Bengals for so long, but looking at this franchise, it looks like things are starting to turn around. I know I've been seeing headlines about how Zach Taylor, how they want to try to get rid of him and stuff, but I'm like, this coach, he's making the Bengals relevant. I love what he's doing with this team. He's making them relevant, and it's just crazy to see headlines saying, that they're already thinking about moving him out of his position. But I'm trying to think of the Bengals coach that's been there for so many years, man. I can't, man. It's not clicking on me. It's not clicking on me who's their coach, man. But I can't believe he's been there for so long, and it took him a while to get fired. So. But yeah, I mean, but overall, man, this Bengals team, there's a lot to build off of this year, even if they don't make the playoffs, but as of right now, like I said, they sit fourth in, where are they at? Yeah, so they sit at third in their division at 7-6. The Browns are 7-6, and then the Ravens is 8-5, and then Steelers are dead last right now. It's looking like the end of the era for the Steelers right now, and maybe it's time, how I'm looking at this Bengals situation is almost like how I look at it in New England. For so long, New England, we dominated the AFC for so long. And then, we've seen the Bills last year, kind of come up and make a name for themselves and stuff. So it's kind of like the same thing I'm kind of seeing in this division. The Bengals, they're trying to, make a name for themselves. And, they're tired of being, they're tired of not making the playoffs and, being the laughing stock. But this team is very, very serious. And I think they're going to be very dangerous. And I don't want to stretch this video out too long, but I want to hear your guys' opinion on how do you guys feel about the Bengals, and do you think they're gonna win this AFC North? It's looking pretty tight, but with Joe Burrow and the way he's playing and the way he's connecting with his receivers, his tight end, with a 14th ranked defense, let's see what happens. I definitely want to hear your guys' opinion. Until next time, guys, be safe, have a good one, and see you guys in my next video. Peace out, guys. Peace.